alive! It's alive!
Welcome, everyone, to Immaculate Misconception, a show where off-kilter game designers rob the graves of long-dead game concepts and bring them. Oh my goodness!
Take two. Mark,
Welcome,
action.
everyone, to Immaculate Misconception, a show where off-kilter game designers rob the graves of long-dead game concepts and attempt to bring them to life while documenting the entire process, womb to tomb. This is your co-host and Bone Bandit, Wes Franks.
Yeah, that's me. And that is your other co-host and your resident grave robbing goblin, Quinn Blackwell. Real name unknown. We're coming to you live from the dungeon laboratory of the Plus One warehouse where we got the giggles, baby. Where we're building the perfect monster from scrap parts.
Hell yeah.
But before we kick off the game design, let's touch base on what we've been up to this past week. Let's touch base with one another. Let's touch one another, Quinn. My man, what have you been up to? What have you been listening? What have you been reading? What have you been watching? What have you been playing? What have you been doing?
Oh goodness. I've been doing two things. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14.
Fuck.
Yes.
No.
Yes,
No.
I've gotten back into it. I'm in there. I can't stop. Won't stop. I looked at the time before this stream and I was like, I got 15 before I have to hop on, and I was like, no, I don't. So that's cool.
I don't want to interrupt you, but I'll let you
No,
continue
you can
going.
do it.
But
No.
Since you were so honest and like
It's pertinent.
earnest and like you were vulnerable on stream, I just started playing Red Dead Online again, so I can't say anything.
Hey, there we go. Yeah. It's the retirement home. Next thing you know, we're gonna be playing Destiny.
Yo,
Yeah,
no,
boy.
no, never again, never again.
Hell yeah.
Look, I'm lucky
Mostly
that the people that
negative
were
on
like,
Steam.
you should play Dead by Daylight with us or with me or anything like that. They have not asked me if I wanted to play Dead by Daylight, so I've been good. I haven't like dived back into that like fucking humiliation.
You don't
ritual.
ask. You just let people know. You're like, hey, we're playing this day. You're also you're the fifth. Sorry. It's just how it works.
Don't go back to Warframe. Okay, I hope Spencer Campbell isn't watching this, but don't go back to fucking Warframe. You're better than that. You're better than that. Okay.
Yeah, there are better options.
That's like being like, that's like, hey, I'm so stoked to head back to Shoney's, and you're like, and if you don't know what a Shoney's is, eating at a Shoney's is like, I guess the best way to describe it is like Denny's, but for old people. It's like for the 60 plus. It's like Denny's. It's kind of like a Denny's, or like, no, it's TGI Fridays, but with less sex. Yeah, TGI Fridays, but fucks less. Yeah, absolutely. Do not re-download Dead by Daylight. You should download Red Dead Online so we can be cowboys together. Yeehaw.
Just bring up a 24-hour YouTube video of Red Dead background.
Nah, dude. I'm sitting here playing. I'm playing poker while I'm also writing and doing these come on in edits at the same time. Yeah, that's great. Okay, sorry, we kind of hijacked that to talk about online games.
No, you're
go back
good.
and talk about Final Fantasy 14. I mean, not like I wouldn't mind playing my Dark Knight again. You know, keep going.
Hey, I'm here for it. Every single server is a packed server, so you have to make a server. You have to make a character on the dead server. So that's what I did. So because of that, I'm getting more experience. Yay!
I've got
My time is being expedited.
I went to Marlboro because I used to smoke cigarettes. That's purely why I went to it. Also, my friend Nick was also on it too. But yeah,
smoke cigarettes with the bad kid friends.
Exactly. So I do need to clarify, and I need to like understand what you're talking about. So you're talking about Final Fantasy 14, right? Okay, and that's different from the other Final Fantasies because that's like the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy 14, right?
Yes. Yep. That's the one. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and it has an expanded free trial which you can play through the entirety of A Realm Reborn and like the award-winning Heaven's Ward expansion up to level 60 for free with no restrictions on playtime.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one.
And and that's the expanded free trial too. It used to be a different free trial, but now this is like you can get up to level 60 for free, right?
Hell yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
perfect. Okay, great. I just want to let you know.
I can't because I already spent the money.
It's only like $10 a month to play, right?
Sadly, yes.
That's it. It's only $9.99. Okay, great.
Yeah, until you start buying more retainers, so that you can sell more stuff on the market board. Which, hey guys, hey, don't do that.
Some of
Hey,
us want to just look like Guts from Berserk, and so we kind of,
yeah, yeah,
transmog a little bit.
that's cool. That's cool. Um, so I've been playing a lot of 14. That's been almost every waking moment of my life since I've gotten back into it.
It
It's
could be
been, I think, a,
worse.
a week.
A week? Oh, okay, yeah, you're doing great
Yeah.
though. You're doing okay.
Yeah, I'm doing
Yeah,
great. I
yeah.
mean, talk to me in like 2 months.
You
See
could
see
be
how I'm
playing League
feeling.
of Legends.
Hey, honestly, I still have it installed. I stopped playing, but
We see the thing is we played Deadlock last week
yeah,
for like
we
a
did.
couple hours and everything like that, and that scratched my league itch so well, and it also had guns going off and everything like that. And even though we
Yeah,
lost, I had a lot of fun.
yeah,
It was a lot of fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
We got our cheese clap. Yeah, let's do it, Vin. Let's end right now. Let end the stream right now. Let's go play League instead. That's this immaculate misconception. It does the gang plays League. No, no, no. It can't be. It won't be. No, no, no. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh, dang. Oh, we're in there. The other thing that I've been doing, which is not Final Fantasy 14, but do you know? Obviously, you know. You're on the internet. You know the
Unfortunately.
thirst trap woodcutters.
Are you talking about Bradley Thor?
I guess that's
You're
his
talking about
name.
Bradley Thor. You're talking about Short King, 5'4" Bradley Thor, the guy that
He's
like
he's a
chops
short
wood.
king. Let's
Yes.
go.
Oh, sorry.
Hell
I
yeah.
got desktop audio coming in because of Riot Games right now. 1 second. Let me
Oh
turn
dang,
that
you hate
off.
to see it.
Who's this white dude on? Is this who I think it is? They
He's a
fucking
white dude.
they
A
they
white dude.
they looks maxed. This
Yeah,
character.
everyone.
Is everybody looks maxed now
I mean, not ever. I mean, in different ways.
in different
Like
ways? There you
different
go. I'm
freaks for
dropping
different
that
geeks.
Chad's face right there for you.
Oh snap.
I gotta do my sign in real quick. Sorry, let me move back over.
Um, but I didn't know we're not actually playing League. Stop it.
I
Stop
know
it.
we're not playing
Okay,
League. We're not
okay.
playing League. We're not
We're
playing
not. We're
League.
not.
I'm just
We're not.
downloading it. I'm just downloading it. It's okay. It's okay. So that we
Um,
can play it afterwards. I mean, I
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
walk the
yeah,
dog, but then we can we
yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
fucking
You get it. You get it.
participate in the humiliation ritual that is League of Legends. Ugh.
But I didn't realize that there was more of them. I didn't realize that they were like a plague. I thought it was just one. The one thirst trap woodsman.
No, no. If there's one, it's like cockroaches. When it
Yeah,
comes to
dude.
influencers, like if it comes to influencers, they're like cockroaches, because like you have and like when it comes to influencers, I don't hate all influencers because there's some of my
Yeah.
friends that do like influencing, but like they're doing it in ways where they're like showcasing independent and small market people, and they're like putting
Yeah.
plenty of diversity in that shit, and then they're also like putting their money where their mouth is, like Whittle Goblin, Woody Volkova, our friend Woody, who does like
Friend of the
miniatures
show.
and everything like that. Friend of the show, Woody Goblin, does like influence work, but is like consistently out here like repping folks in like a very like positive way, and is like also isn't a fucking sociopath. But then you got fucking people like these thirst trap woodcutters that you're about to tell us about.
Yeah. So I scrolling through Instagram as one does. Which is how far you know that I've fallen is when I start scrolling through other things besides just blue sky. Um,
You gotta get on. You gotta
but
get up scrolled now. It's like TikTok and
oh
Instagram
dang.
combined, and it's Palestinian
But
owned.
reverse.
Apparently,
And you scroll down.
yeah,
Yeah. I get it. That's cool. I respect that.
yeah.
No, but there's this one lady and she's got big muscles. Like secret big muscles. And I'm just like, all right, hey, wait a second. Hold on. Hold on. You know what? I think I'm here for this.
Is it that easy? Is it that easy, Quinn?
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, it's that easy. Sorry, not sorry. Those are the two things that I've been doing. I've been playing 14 and I've been scrolling Instagram every once in a while. It's been popping up on my feed because I slow down and I watch it every once in a while. I'm like, dang it, they got me. It's okay. I haven't followed. I haven't subscribed. So we're still good. Yeah. We get silver in 5 hours for
fuck,
Deadlock. Hell yeah.
yeah. New Deadlock character in 5 hours for those who celebrate.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen.
Werewolf. Buff Werewolf.
Buff
Speaking
Werewolf. Of course, that's the one that they picked. I went for the fucking hot priest.
No, I mean
I went for hot.
it's
fucked
still
up
up in the
priest.
air.
That's okay.
But come on.
I mean, we
come
know
on
who
now.
it is. I mean, that's the thing is we know.
We know who it is.
Also,
It's not the Wolf
I'm
Speaking
sorry
guy.
if the stream chugs a little bit, everybody. I am currently downloading 28 gigabytes of information from Riot Games right now. I kind of just in this moment, the switch in my head. You said Final Fantasy 14 and then League of Legends, and then I literally had that fucking Norman Osborn thing of like, why shouldn't I? Come on, Wes. Listen here, Wes. The world's ending. You might as well enjoy it by screaming racist slurs at people online. And I'm like, no, I can't do it.
No,
I can't do
please,
it. Don't do it.
no.
And then I put it on. So, yeah.
I'm better now. It's like, but that's those are the two things that I've been up to. What have you been consuming as a whole?
No, I've been fucking devouring shit. Me and Bran went on a movie watching spree. We watched 3 movies in one day, and that was like we watched Die My Love. We watched Fargo, Die My Love, and One Battle After Another, all in one day. And then we watched Sinners yesterday, which is like the 3rd time I've seen it. I need to watch it more. I just kind of like I'm in the midst of doing come on in edits, and so like over half of the book is edited and ready for layout. Motherfuckers. Fuck yeah. October 2026. You can go ahead and go to ttrpg.link/come on in and get that shit followed real quick. Anyways, so I've just been in a movie watching spree. Kind of made it you see a lot of critiques of the movie One Battle After Another because it's made by a white guy who is talking about like a lot of different heavy subject matter in a very tongue-in-cheek satirical way, and there's like a lot of like criticism for his depiction of black women and everything like that. And so you watch that movie, and then the next day you watch Sinners, and it's very stark and apparent the difference between appreciation, affection, and fetishization of like black culture and everything like that. I know I'm fucking preaching to the choir right now, but it's like it's fucking like you like I don't know, it's like you see that so starkly and you're just like it just makes you look weirdly and everybody's like this is a fucking perfect movie and I'm like it's good. Like it's good. Like everybody's acting their butts off and everything. But there's a lot of shit here that's just kind of being flippantly tossed and around and everything like that. But no, I mean Sinners is fucking fantastic, of course. It's great. It's a great one to experience. But I don't know. I've been watching a lot of movies, and I've been playing Still Wakes the Deep in my off time. And then just working through that slowly. I play those walking simulator games very slowly. People are like, you can knock that out in the afternoon. I'm just like, no, that's fucking... I can't do that. No, I can't sit and play a video game for that long. And then, like I said, I started playing Red Dead Online again. While I was, like, working on edits and everything, I was, like, playing poker or blackjack. And so, you know, I've just been kind of immersing myself in a lot of different stuff. I gotta get on top of my Formula Infinity writing. I mean, what is it? It's due in, like, fucking 3 days or something like that. I don't know. And like, I'm feeling like that... I don't know how you experience burnout. I'd like to hear your thoughts on how you experience burnout, because my experience in burnout is like I don't get creatively burnt out to where I'm like I don't want to do anything. Like I can't work at all. I have writer's block. Like I don't get writer's block in the way that I can't write at all. I have ADHD as like I'm ADHD as fuck. And so if I get like writer's block for one project, I'll just move over and start working on a different project. And it's a problem because I need to get one project done. But I'm just like, that doesn't interest me right now. I'm over here. And so like, I think I've been needed to like inject myself with more sci-fi and racing stuff as well. I need to like kind of immerse myself in that so I can turn on those parts of my brain because I'm very much in a come on in kind of stage with these edits coming in. Yeah. And that's like a shiny thing too because you're like, even though that's later and everything, I'm like, oh my God, that's done. It's near complete. I'm almost done with it. It's almost made and everything.
Yeah.
And so like I don't know, but like so I have to work on something else, and it's an issue, and like also my burnout like reflects in like me just being snappier with people. Like I get less patient with people and everything. I'm not very patient in the first place, but I get like less patient where I'm just like I think it's become a thing where like in public I am very much willing to like tell people like uh stop being a fucking idiot, or like you fucking suck. Like I will like literally tell people like why are you being an idiot right now, to their face if they're being an idiot,
Yeah.
and which is like super like aggressive, and you shouldn't do that with strangers and everything like that. I don't know how many times I like could tell you that you just don't need to do that with people, because especially right now when things are so tense. But I like when I'm like burnt out and I'm tired and everything like that, I'm just like, and I'm especially in a rush, I'm just like, the fuck out of my way, what are you doing? Like especially driving, like if I'm like, because I walk to work, I walk a lot of places, and so like I literally was walking Rustin the other day, and there was a dude that was not going when there was a green light because he was literally texting off to the side, like he was trying to be sneaky with it, and I literally yelled at him, stop texting, you're driving, and he looked at me like a child that had been shamed, and I'm like, I don't know this man, I'll never see this man again, but I was just yelling at him, stop texting, you're driving. Like who am I to do that? But I don't know, like I'll just shame people. Strangers shouldn't be the thing. I don't need to get on this soapbox. I don't know.
I mean, it's right there. I'm not gonna kick it away.
I want to learn more about your burnout. I want to learn how your burnout manifests in your side stuff. I'm much more interested in that.
So,
Sorry.
no, I'm here for it.
I'm just really proud of myself. Keep going.
so, so I don't really experience burnout like a lot of people explain it either. For me, it's pretty similar. It's pretty similar to the idea of like, I kind of just get more so bored with like the taste of a thing, and I need to like get something else in there.
Yeah.
So it's very much like that. That's why I have so many projects always like spinning around, like so many plates. And also in a similar vein, but slightly coming from a different direction because of my like achievement hunting days and stuff like that. I'm always like looking for whatever is like closest to completion. So it's like, cool, I can mark this off as a completion, and then I can push to other things. And like with every completion comes like a big like gust of wind.
Yeah.
And you can use that to get like a good like 60-70% of the way through something. And like, hey, if the excitement is still there, then like then even better. But yeah, there's a lot of things that I like go back to, and I'm just like, oh, this wasn't the thing that I thought that it was going to be. Like with Magical Girl Machine Gun, I I was away from it for like 5 months,
Yeah.
and I came back to it, and I was like, oh, this is not what I want to make. So I kind of like tore it down completely,
Yeah.
and like rebuild it from the ground up. Um, and I think that like I found a sweet spot between those two things. Um, but yeah, I think there's that. Also, I think a lot of people when they experience burnout, and you know, it's very much a spectrum of the thing. So it's not like a one size fits all. But from my experience, a lot of people who talk about burnout just need to consume more things that are outside of what they are making. Um, if you are writing and you're exclusively just reading the genre that you are writing, then your brain will kind of get bored of the things of like what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
And because you're getting bored of it, your brain is like, okay, cool. I want to have something else to like chew on. And I think that that's the like burnout because there's the let's go this way. There's the axis of like if it's is it the right? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
If it's too high, then it becomes stressful. And if it's too low, then it's boring. So you have to find like that sweet spot of like difficulty versus like the size of the task. So sometimes it's just the simple fact of like looking at a thing as like the entire project instead of like the piece that you're going to work on right now.
Yeah.
And then other times it is you are trying to make something new, and you're also trying to learn a new thing to do the thing, which is fine. And like I'm always excited for it. But if you're making something, and there's like an expectation for that thing to be made, stick in your wheelhouse and then play around when like time isn't your enemy. You know, just my general how I go about keeping that balance in my brain.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, that makes sense. That's an interesting way to come across it. And I think I need to approach it with that kind of process in mind as well. I think I need to continue. I don't know, it's weird because it's like I need to continue engaging, but I also need to rest, but then I also need to keep working. But it has to work in tandem while also working a part-time job and everything like that. And then also like project, it's so weird. I don't know.
It's definitely a balancing act.
And right now, and right now with like shit going on, at an elevated level that it has always operated at, is wild to navigate because I almost you know me, I love posting, dude. I stay posting.
No,
you know me, I love posting. I stay posting. You can take my posting with my cold dead hands. I was thinking about the other day. I was like, why shouldn't I post? I should post, you know. But I don't know. It's just it feels completely weird to see people. I don't want to say act like nothing is going on, but it's like it's weird to see people like urging people that they enjoy to make stuff to keep making stuff. It's like I don't know. It feels weird to me personally. I don't want to say that it is weird generally because it probably isn't, or I don't know. But it's weird to see people be like, "Hey, where's this video at?" or "Where's this thing that you're doing at?" or where's it? Where it's like. Well, today I had to walk to work at the movie theater that is barely open where I make most of my money now, in the middle of a snowstorm that's happening because we're not listening to climate scientists. And along the way, I had to walk carefully and not make eye contact with National Guards people because they will stop and search you. But at the same time, I'm also hearing people and I'm joining in with people telling ICE agents to go the fuck home and get the fuck out of our town and everything like that. But then also I have to go to a movie theater and I have to talk to people that like drove there in a really nice car or they got dropped off there and they're acting like nothing's happening. And it's like this weird kind of thing where it's like the last thing I need is some fucking person that I only know through the internet asking me where the fuck something is that I'm working on. Because if there was a button that I could strangle somebody through the phone, I would probably go to prison because I would use it too often. I don't know.
Yeah, I can definitely understand that. I think my general thought process is it's very easy to look inwards and to see like all of the moving parts. But to look at other people, it's very easy to look at them and be like, this is the one experience that I've had with them. and this is all that they are. They are very like two-dimensional, and every once in a while you'll find another person that is three-dimensional, but they're never a main character.
Yeah.
And I think that the more that we can step back from that angle of like, well, I'm the main character, so everyone else is just kind of sort of like should experience life around me like the way that I experience it. I think that I the way that I like to look at it is we as people who are creating things should, I mean like to each their own, and don't let what I say be like, hey, if you don't feel this way then you're wrong. But this is just like my general perception of it.
Yeah.
It is, if I'm making something and people are excited enough about it to use it as a distraction from the rough times that are going on, then that is like the power that I can bring to the space.
Yeah.
It's very great clown Pagliacci.
Oh yeah, Doctor, I am the great clown Pagliacci. Yeah, fuck.
Yeah, and it sucks. But I think that like there is a lot of need for distraction and entertainment, even in the worst of times.
Yeah.
There's reason why, just like the long history of uh, like military men going up on stage and performing for each other, and dressing up and doing like show tunes and all of that, because like even in like the worst of times, like we have to remember that it can't just be 100% on, or it also can't be 100% off. Like you still have to like interact in some way.
Yeah.
It's difficult. It's crazy difficult. Um, but yeah, it's very true. Art keeps hope going, 100%. Um, and it's a tough thing to have to like also carry the weight of. Um, but yeah, I like to look at it as an enticing thing, of like, I can help give someone else the like the respite that like that I look for others towards. It shouldn't get to the point where you're like shouting at them online and demanding stuff.
Oh boy.
But but I think that
one more
like
time louder for the people in the back.
yeah, for the people in the back. But being excited about a thing is like, it is nice, and like I think that in this day and age, if no one was shouting about the things that they were excited about, then it'd be very easy for AI to swoop in and take that spot of like creativity. And it'd be very easy for everyone to just be like, cool, if it's like on or off, then like I will choose because this is now an ultimatum. Um, but if there is like an entire gradient in between there, of like how much you can engage, and then like taking the moments to like take a step back and like take that breather that you need, I think that that's very important in remembering that like the wars aren't sprints, no matter how you slice a war. um it's it's not something that starts and finishes. It is a long haul. And even after all of the bad things stop, there's still more work to be done. But it's very easy to be like, okay, well, I can put the weight down now. Keep it pushing.
I feel like there's gonna come a point where we're in our existence where it's gonna be, I have to pick am I working on TTRPG stuff when I'm not busy surviving, or am I doing something else when I'm not busy surviving? That kind of thing. Where it's like slowly but surely I'm gonna stop playing video games. I'm gonna stop reading, or I'm gonna stop watching movies. I'm gonna stop reading. Then I'm gonna stop listening to music.
Yeah.
And then it's just like all I have is work and rest. Which is what I get scared of. That's because that was a large part of my history, especially when I was like homeless for a large point of for a better part of a year, and I was like sleeping in my car. I was trying to find those moments where I wasn't working or going to school, because while I was in college, I was sleeping in my car, or if I could, sleeping on a couch or something like that. And so it's you get to that moment where it's during that time I was writing a lot because I wasn't playing video games, I wasn't watching movies, except if I was going to a movie theater to relax and sleep in a comfortable chair or something like that for a little bit. And so I think resources and survival puts it in such a weird frame of reference when you're what how can I view this work and everything. And I've been thinking about that a lot lately, where it feels like it's almost like kismet that today somebody posted 4 hours ago, where it was Haruki Murakami's writing routine, and he's when I'm in writing mode for a novel, I get up at 4 a.m. I work 5 to 6 hours writing, and in the afternoon I run for 10 kilometers, or I swim for 1,500 meters, or I do both. Then I read a bit and I listen to some music, and then I go to bed at 9 p.m. and I do this every day without variation. The repetition becomes something for itself.
Must be nice.
And yeah, that's the thing is the person posted that quote and said, not pictured Haruki Murakami's wife, or indeed whoever is cooking, cleaning, paying bills, running errands, doing the laundry, answering emails. His routine is goals, but let's not lie to ourselves about the invisible work other people are doing so that he is able to have that routine. And it's one of those things where you have to keep in mind, what do you have at your disposal, resources, which is often I try to remind Zine.Club creators when they're stressing about a deadline or something. I'm you have to communicate with somebody what's going on in your life, whether you can do something your work output is going to limit or something because of something happening in your life. The thing is, you have to communicate that. It's not bad that it's happening. That's not the bad thing. The bad thing is if you're not communicating it, because that's when you start fucking over other people. And that's the thing that you should focus on managing is especially nowadays, people are just, and I'm sorry everybody, tell your friends, tell your family, tell all your homies, you can all post it at the same time on Blue Sky. Go to Blue Sky and post it at the same time. Start giving people more grace for taking time to fulfill Kickstarters and crowdfunders and everything like that, because god damn it, some people are running out of money. Some people don't the funds, things cost more than they did when those crowdfunders fucking fulfilled. Also, they didn't get all that money. Also, there's fucking shit going on. What if these creators live in fucking Minnesota? What if these creators live in Los Angeles, or they live in Portland, Maine now? Bro, I know we have some homies that live up there, that used to live up there too. And it's you have to, I'm sorry, but your little fucking Blorbo game that's 200 pages and everything like that is not as important as you, paying for your family to fucking eat and everything like that. And we have to start letting people be okay with that. And you have to start telling people, to be okay with that. But you have to communicate it with folks, and I've had my own issues with that too. I mean, I've got a fucking actual play that's fucking dead in the water right now, hiatus, because I don't have the funds to edit it. And that's the thing is people are why don't you edit yourself? I do not have the money to edit myself because I have to work all the time, and so I have to work on it slowly, bit by bit, piece by piece, and everything like that. And so people don't think about that. They only think about where is it? Give it to me. I don't know. Yeah, we're supposed to be working right now and designing, but we're over here talking about this.
I think it all ties into itself, right?
Yeah.
Because it's the concept of having that balance of being able to work on a thing, but also being able to take the step back and take that breather and discuss. I think a lot of this is very in line with what we are making with Hit Dogs, which is this concept that as times get rough, how do you interact with the world? How does the world change you? Do you focus more on the things that are directly in front of you, the job that you're doing, and shut everything else out, right? That's very much it's a necessity because of the society that we live in, but it is also like a hound mentality that we have like structured. Or do you accept that like everything is fraught and like there is no positive upswing, and very much like the end is nigh, which like also it like is the opposite side of the coin, but it doesn't make it good.
No.
And I think that like there is a I obviously there has to be a sweet spot. There has to be a silver lining. Like that's the thing that we are shooting for and striving for. And being able to find that spot, maybe we're all the wastoid teens that we made along the line, along the way.
I'm wearing a sleeveless flannel shirt. I'm definitely a wastoid teen.
Yeah, I've got
a Mothman with a fucking fuck me pumps and fish legs on my arm. Like, I'm definitely a wastoid teen. Yeah. We can dive into it and start working on it and stuff like that. But that's like the last thing I'll say about it is, don't get upset if you keep asking people to do stuff and make work and everything, and not stopping and asking yourself, are they working on something right now? They're just not working on the thing that I want them to work on. And then you should further answer that question, then you should further reflect on being like, am I in a place where I can make that request? And like stop. Like I just think people should stop and like take a moment, take a breather, and like think about like perspective just once in a while. I know right now it's like a hair trigger, and like I was talking about like reactions with things. Like if something happens that I don't like, that like freaks me out or like triggers a trauma response or something in me, and I respond negatively to that, who is in the wrong there? Is it the person that triggered that trauma response, or is it me for not being more aware of what my trauma responses are and managing that and everything? And you know what? It's both. It's everything. Yeah. It's everybody all at once. You got to fucking you just got to like we have to take the time to focus on our own shit and managing our own shit before we start telling people what they should.
You gotta move to Jersey. It's a no fault state.
I would like to, I honestly, I wouldn't mind moving and living in Jersey. I've always had a great time in Jersey, except for Atlantic City, which is that's the grundle of the universe, is Atlantic City, but it won't probably happen. My partner and roommate hates the snow, and we're actively looking for places to live that don't have snow as often.
Yeah,
which is twice a year. We have snow twice a year here, and that is too many. Two times too many.
I think before we swing into it, I think something that's important to remember is like understand the things that you can control, understand the things that are out of your control. The royal you, and do your damnedest to ensure that your ducks are in a row. For the things that you can control. And leave some space, leave some grace for the things that are out of your control. Because those things are going to wiggle. They're going to wiggle a lot. And to try and like have a definitive lockdown, like this is how this thing is going to work from step 1 to step Z, you get into this weird spot where like it's very easy to get upset and frustrated at how things are going, how things are moving, because they're not going the way that you want them to go. Which only does more damage. If we focus on the moving parts that we can actually handle, it's the same thing as I was saying earlier, right? Like when you're working on a big project and you're looking at like how big this entire project is, it's insurmountable. But as soon as you start breaking it down into the individual pieces and like what you need to do to get like this project done, and understanding, hey, I can send an email to do this thing, and then after that, I just have to wait, right? Very, very much hurry up and wait. And like at that point, you've done what you need to do for that part. And like being able to take that and like slice that entire section off and say, hey, when I get a response, I'll find the time to respond to this. But understanding that like the things that are in front of you are, I think it's very easy to worry about the entire buffet and to lose track of your own plate. Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're right. Oh God, I have terrible terrible control of that. I'm also under medicated and I don't have a therapist right now. But I always make that excuse though. If I don't have those resources, I'm like, fucking. But no, you're right. You're completely right. Something that might I've got Wellbutrin.
Yeah,
and that's what I've got. I've got Wellbutrin, and I need more. I need like ADHD medication, and I need anti-anxiety and antidepressants. I need all three of those.
No, you just got a raw dog life. That's
I'm not manic though. Like shout out. I'm not manic like my mom. Which is great.
Hell yeah.
My mom's
join the club.
Yeah. That I earnestly had a conversation with Brand. I was like, "Do you think I'm bipolar?" And Brand's like, "You're not manic enough." And I was like, "Okay." I was like, because sometimes I feel it. I'm just like, I can just feel the shift in my brain. I'm like, oh no, I'm just depressed and anxious.
I think that's just like stuff winding up.
Yeah.
I'm not a therapist though.
Yeah, so, but you're a person that experiences fucking mania, so you get it, you understand it. No, that's cool. Well, something that might help you all with your burnout is something that you can do tomorrow, and I highly recommend you do it if you are able, because us at Plus One EXP are participating in it. But I don't know if you know, but tomorrow is a general strike. It's January 30th. It's a Friday. TGIF, and we are here at Plus One. We're going to be closed tomorrow. We are going to have our site down. You're not going to be able to fucking pay. You're not going to be able to buy shit from us. So buy shit from us today, or buy shit from us on Saturday or afterwards, but not tomorrow. It's a general strike. And we are going to, our warehouse staff is going to be off, but they're going to get paid. And then our potential sales for the day, which are we typically make, $300 to $500 a day on the shop. We're donating that to Stand With Minnesota right now. So we absolutely encourage you yourself to take time off tomorrow. Use those vacation hours. I know you're saving them or something like that, but call in sick, take a sick day. Say that you're doing some volunteer stuff. Take some volunteer hours if you have that at your work. And take some time tomorrow to do nothing. Don't go shopping. Don't pay any bills. Don't fucking, do any taxes. I honestly, don't do your taxes this year. Do not file your taxes, your tax returns. I am actively telling you not to do that because your money is going directly to the shit that's happening in Minnesota, and the shit that's happening in Portland, Maine, and is happening in New Orleans, Louisiana, is happening in fucking everywhere. Here in Washington, D.C. and fucking New Jersey. It's happening all over the place, and they're using your money. So don't fucking do it. Don't file. Don't if you can give to an itch bundle, give to an itch bundle. I'm hesitant to give to itch bundles because that money does not make it to those places often because of itch. That is a different conversation for a different time. Just because that's a whole thing. There's a bunch of Rascal articles that talk about that, and other articles too, not just Rascal, because it's good to get news from different sources, and so you can suss out exactly what's going on with stuff. But I don't know. It's fucking. We need to stand together as American citizens and say that we don't support this shit. We don't support this traitor state. I do not like the government in any of its forms that it has been in, and I think that we need to make a change. And the only way we're going to make a change is if we stand up and we do something about it. And so a great way we can do that is with not giving money. Not engaging in commerce, not engaging in the economic systems that are so important to the politicians that are in our country and outside of our country. We've got corporate oligarchs. I sound like a conspiracy theorist, but if you do any kind of research, you'll know that it's true. We've got tech people from other countries and tech people from our country that are trying to turn us into a corporation. We already are for the most part. And so the best way for us to make sure that we are being taken care of and that we are having the people that work for us that get paid to work for us, that they're actually working for us and they're actually contributing and using our money. So we're unionizing. We need to unionize as fucking citizens together. We need to look out for our neighbors. So I recommend you tomorrow to really just not do anything at all. Don't spend money unless you are giving money to a homeless person, or if you're giving money to mutual aid, or if you're like doing something that is and if you can, make it cash. Grab some cash today and like pass it along or something like that. Just don't do it in a way that engages with the economy in a general kind of like sensible kind of way like that. Go help out at a fucking shelter. Go help out with some folks that are protesting. Be safe. Travel in groups. Don't bring your phones or your smartwatches with you. And just take the day off. And really engage with your neighbors and engage with your family and friends and all the above. Get a little high. I don't know. Fucking enjoy it. It's cold outside. Here in DC, it's mostly ice. But like, I don't know, go sledding or something, homie. And if you don't like it, then I don't know, bundle up, read a book. That's it. That's all I got. So yeah, go ahead and stand with Minnesota with us, and stand with the rest of the country, and fucking let's get some shit done. Let's knuckle up and get it done. And speaking of knuckling up and getting it done, dude, let's go ahead and slap on some gloves and start working on this creature some more, huh?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Fantastic.
Fantastic.
All right, you shared something with me, homie, that was like super interesting, super cool, and I want you to share with the folks at home what you were sharing with me about hit dogs and character stuff.
So I was doing a skosh of cooking while we were away. I was putting together some possible concepts for character creation. Just trying to build a little bit more into this system that I was that I've been yapping around for weeks now.
Okay.
Still working on it. Still very much a work in progress. But while I was working on it, I was thinking about experience, or we had mentioned it before, during downtime, having some type of resource that you can spend.
Yeah.
And this resource can be used to heal, to train, to socialize, just pretty much anything, resupply, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm very my brain is very CFB pilled nowadays.
Yes, it is, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm in there.
You're in there.
So again, my only like play experience with CFB is still just come on, brain, you got this. I set it up for you. It is, my brain always wants to say lost transmission, but it's not lost transmission.
Like Dawn Questions, Echoes in the Night?
No,
kind of
yeah,
thing?
it's Dawn Questions, but the game itself.
Oh, public access.
Public access, thank you.
There you
Yeah, my brain, because I was focusing on those tapes before like fully getting public access into my crawl, they've like swapped places for me. Okay. So with public access, they have the Dawn Questions. Obviously there are different iterations of this through the CFB games, but my experience is those Dawn Questions, and being able to have a phase where it's like, if you've done these things, then you get experience, you get resources, and enough of these resources allow you to level up, which allow you to change and grow your character. It's also very much a Blades thing, and in the such, but I was trying to figure out how how we could explore that in this game, experience or resources, whatever, during downtime. And I think that having a creed that you call back to during downtime is the play almost. Um, so if you enforced or followed the creed, then you gain, placeholder name, a treat, for each one successfully. And they are as follows: order before self, the pack is law, hesitation is infection, clean hands, dirty work, and Ultimopolis endures. They are generally pretty straightforward, but they have enough wiggle room in my mind to be like, hey, this is how I enforced the pack is law.
Yeah.
This is how I enforced clean hands, dirty work.
Yeah.
And I like the spin on it being like, the more that you follow the rules and play the game that the Hounds want you to play, the more you get rewarded for it. And those resources, those are your experience. Because you're able to do more things during downtime if you have more resources, just in that general concept. But yeah, that was the through line that I had.
I like this a lot. Followed any of the Hounds creed. This is gonna look weird. Hounds, creeds, tenets. Actually, I shouldn't capitalize all of that. Tenets. There we go. And then let's do a little bit of formatting here.
We'll definitely cook something up that's a little less of a mouthful, but I think it's got the through line. It's got the concept.
Yeah, during downtime, you'll go over the Hound's Creed. Gain a treat if you enforced or followed any of the Hound's Creed's tenets successfully. There we go. I think that's good.
Yeah.
I just like putting a bunch of S's in a fucking thing so I can sell seashores by the seashore. She sells seashells by the seashore. There we go. Red leather, yellow leather, dude. Fucking unique New York. New York is unique. You know you need to go to unique New York.
We're in there.
Yeah, there we are. No, I like this a lot. Because it works almost like Dawn Questions a little bit, but it's like, I don't know, it's not as, did you do this? It's not as hand-holdy. It is like, you need to uphold or follow enforce or follow any one of these, and you can gain almost 5 XP. No, it's great. I think it works out perfect. Should Saucy Shark seek shelter soon? There you go. Should Saucy Shark seek shelter soon? I already did seashells, bro. Yeah, dude. Oh, I'm sorry. See, he's back now. He's back to it. He's like, what are you doing, man? Okay.
I have that. Outside of that, I just kind of brain dumped in this doc. So what we had mentioned previously. So rolling a d6, what is your background? And what I have here is each will give 1 relationship and 1 stat up, plus 1 stat down. 1 and 6, which are classified experiment, and the poster child will double stat gains and losses. So you'll gain 1 relationship, and you'll get 1 stat that goes up by 2 and 1 stat that goes down by 2. Outside of that, I have.
Where did you drop that in the doc?
No, I didn't.
Oh, What the fuck, dude? What the
you,
fuck?
I was over here noodling.
Oh, okay. Okay, you can go noodling, dude. Lice a pool. Get wet. You are so cute. Sorry.
I mean, no, you're good.
Sometimes you just gotta, you know, when you gotta, you just, you know, you just gotta fucking, like, I wanna fucking squeeze you till you die.
I get it.
Yeah.
Squeeze you till you pop.
This cat's so cuddly and cute. I just want to squeeze him till his head pops off like a pimple. He looks at me like, I love you. I'll kill you in your sleep.
Hey, feelings are mutual.
Yeah.
So I have a brick of text. It's not a brick of text. I have a few lines of text. You are not born a hound. You are processed into one. The custodian service doesn't ask who you are. It asks what you're worth and how much damage you can take before breaking. I have character creation is a three phase life path, covering birth, which is from birth to 12, birth to 12, not 12th. And this section is what was done to you.
Yeah.
From 13 to 17, what you did to survive, and 18 up, what you became. So each phase is a mix of roles, choices, and sacrifices. The lower your background, the fewer chances you get to say no. And I can copy and paste all this stuff into the doc.
Yes, please.
So one of the role tables that I have is family structure. A 1 is either state grown, vat, or kennel. 2 is single parent, in bracket overworked. A 3 is extended family, and in brackets crowded. 4 is a service family. 5 is a corporate household, and 6 is a model custodian unit. These would obviously be part of childhood, which are part of the things that you can't control. So during character creation, there will be moments where you roll a d6, and depending on that, you'll get different outcomes. Sometimes it will specify, hey, now go and roll on the like the trauma or advantages table. So that table is 1 is violence, 2 and 3 are neglect, 4 is loss, 5 is opportunity, and 6 is sponsorship.
Okay.
So there will be moments in time where like you get positives or negatives that are kind of tacked onto your character, and the play here is like kind of exploring and explaining like, okay, what happened here. Right, like if it is a 1, it's like cool, like if you roll it one time and it's a 6 and you get a sponsorship, that will give you bonuses. And then if it asks you to roll on this again and you get a 1 and now it's violence, it's like, oh, okay, the other people who I lived around saw that I got a sponsorship for this thing, so they came and they beat me up and took the thing. So you're kind of building this like these are the pieces that like make your character, and like doing your best to tie it all together narratively. We had already mentioned previously the 6 character backgrounds, which is classified experiment, the slumdog cog, the fresh start fugitive, the military brat, the nepo puppy, and the poster child. And even though the Slumdog Cog and the Fresh Start Fugitive are both a 2 or a 3,
Yeah.
you actually, like, in my brain, you get different amounts of tokens for them.
Yeah.
So if you're the Slumdog Cog, you only get 2 tokens. If you're the Fresh Start Fugitive, you get 3 tokens.
Okay.
And same thing with Military Brat and Nepo Puppy, where Military Brat, even though it's a 4 and 5, and Nepo Puppy, even though it's a 4 and 5, you get 4 tokens for Military Brat and 5 tokens for the Nepo Puppy.
Makes sense.
So there's still some like wiggle room of like, oh, I want to play a character that has a little bit of a harder time about it, in the options. Then I have so something that I found out is, as I was slapping together character creation, or at least like these pieces of character creation, there were more questions that were popping up that I had to answer. And I figured that I would just take a swing towards it, and that if it was something that we weren't a big fan of, or that it felt like it was against the core concept, then we could, like, take another stab at it.
Okay.
But in putting all of this together, I realized that relationships were going to be a very big part of it. And my concept is, or what I've written is, relationships are named NPCs with a bond track. And this track goes from -2 to +2.
Okay.
It was us talking about Delta Green last week that got my gears turning for like bonds, and like negatively taking your bonds and negatively changing them so that you can get little bonuses during what you're doing, that you have to like then deal with in the future. So you can use a relationship to get a +1 die on any roll that you explain how you push or hurt the relationship to get ahead.
Okay.
Each time you do this, the bond track goes down by 1 to a minimum of -2. And that NPC can then be used by the Kennel Master to incur a penalty of their current bond value on a roll that the Kennel Master decides to put them into the scene of. So at any point in time, I'm putting pressure on my childhood best friend to try and get them to help me cover something up. They started off with a +2 because of our childhood together, but I've been basically asking them to do things that they don't want to do over and over and over again. Things that they're like, hey, this is bad guy stuff. And it's just like, yeah, cool, but like, I'm a good guy, right? You remember me? We're cool. So in doing this, you've done it enough times now to turn that +2 into a -2. So at this point, if the Kennel Master so decides, they can be like, cool, not only were you found out here, but the only person who you told that you were coming here was your best friend. So because of that, you get it subtracts 2 dice from your total roll. And this is now like a enemy. It is a situation where like you will continue to incur -2s until you do something about it, until you find a way to connect with them in like a human way, like more towards like Wasteland Teens, or if you handle the situation like a hound, and deal with like whatever your problems are. So obviously it's a slow burn thing of putting the resources back into growing your relationships. But it's not always a one-way thing, where it's like, well, if it goes down, then it's gonna stay down. But I do like the concept that there are enemies and trusted allies, people who like no matter like even on the best of days, they would just not think about you. Or trusted allies where even on your worst days they'll still make excuses for you. So these are um, in the different types of relationship types. There will be similar to the early trauma or advantage table, where it's like, hey, roll on this table, roll a d6. These are the things that can happen. In a similar way, uh, sometimes it will specify roll on a relationship table and now roll like a relationship event for one of your relationships. And the relationship types are one is a black market contact. Two is a ghost, someone lost. What does that mean? I don't know. I just like the vibe of it. A three or a four is a fellow pup. A five is a family member. And a six is a trainer slash handler. Um, and the relationship event table, which again is also a d6. I have one as a near death experience. So either you, and again, more things where I'm just like, let's throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. I have the concept of taking a wound here, which is similar to what we were talking about previously of your stats going down. So with like this near death experience, you either take a wound or you kill a bond. If you don't have a bond to kill off, then you're forced to take the wound. Two is betrayal. NPC takes a wound. Bond becomes an enemy. The bottom of that bond track becomes a -4, and the top becomes a 0. So it ticks down to. So the highest that you can make an enemy is just flat 0. 3 is a secret. Either you gain leverage on a bond, which in my brain is a free like +1 to a relationship. Just like it moves it back up the track, or it just negates one, like it would go down here. Or the Kennel Master gains hold, which again, I don't know what this means, but it was in the brain, and I was just like, this feels right. This feels like it scratches that itch. 4 is shared punishment. You raise a bond and you take a wound. 5 is a cover up. So you take a wound, bond becomes a trusted ally, and the bottom of their track becomes 0, and the top becomes a 4. And lastly is 6, which is a moment of joy. You can heal a wound, or raise a stat, essentially. So that's what I have like kicking about. Right now it's just a whole bunch of loose roll tables, and I'd like to have even more of them. I want to have. I was yapping previously about the Fallout test, or the Bethesda test that they like to throw at you in character creation.
Special.
Yeah, special, or the goat, or all that jazz.
The gecko.
Yeah, but I like the concept of you basically being faced with a choice, and how you answer that determines like your reward or your punishment. So having maybe a 36 options, a 6x6 grid, and each of those being a separate question. So you'll probably only get like 5 of these questions, like during character creation, during your like while you're a pup.
Yeah.
But this is like the testing that you go through. Um, and these will have like bigger swings for your stats,
Okay.
increasing, decreasing stats, all that jazz. Um, let's see. I think that's the general vibe. Yeah, like I said, I think that 36 is also a healthy amount to not like get the same thing over and over again. Um, and I think that we could probably just keep it nice and simple and just be like, hey, if you do roll the same thing, then no, you didn't roll again. Um,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
we could technically go like a 1,000-year-old vampire route and be like, hey, if you roll the same thing again, then it amplifies. But that does increase the space that like is required for all of this, which I'm not against. I think that it's a cool concept of like uh, these questions almost further further expanding like who your character is, or like the things that are important to you, right? So yeah, I think that I think there's stuff there. I think there's options. Yeah, that's the right one. Damn, why do you ask so many questions? Heart sees him.
Yeah. Can we? Yeah. We need to get convince Dad to make
Yeah.
us a mod. Don't look
Dangerous.
at my Twitch follow. Don't look at my Twitch follow stuff. Get out of here.
Sorry, we're in there.
You just saw me do the most like Karen ass thing of like, I'm gonna report this fucking channel. Subterranean Jailbird 4TZ. We know you're a robot, dude. So get your fucking stream boost shit out of this channel, alright? Gain more
Where do I-
sexy single followers now that want to fuck you parasocially.
Parasocially, of course, of course.
Yeah, this is weird. They've already actioned on our report. They've already, yeah, it's already been banned. It's already been like killed, dead.
It's just that simple.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
God, I gotta
let's see.
fucking also check this fucking graphics card and see if it works. This thing right here. But I gotta fucking do the DDU on my current graphic card, take the graphic card out, fucking put some more thermal paste on the fucking CPU, because you always have to put more fucking thermal paste on the CPU, so your thing won't fucking crash out. And then I gotta fucking put this thing in, and then fucking screw it in, and see if it fits, and then be like, does it fit? Yay! And then great. Also, if anybody's looking for like more RAM or fucking a motherboard or a graphics card or anything like that, hit me up. Hit your boy up. I'll fucking sell that shit to you. It's going on eBay regardless. So yeah. That's a nice little mini plug there. No, I think this that's really well thought out in the maths and everything like that, and you're not fucking swinging out of what we've already established as like character creation or stats or anything like that. And it feels in universe, and it feels mechanically sound to me. Now, I am also an imbecile and a jackass, so you know.
Twinsies.
Excellent. Also, by the way, Senate blocked the funding bill for ICE, so we're probably going into a temporary government shutdown again. I wish it'd be permanent. Okay. In other good news, our hound name pick list, our hound wastoid name. Oh, hound name.
Good news, everyone.
Good news, everyone. Our hound name pick list is ready. Our roll table is ready. I got all the names, all 65 names in there.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. We vibing, we dancing. Also, I feel like I need to specify the reason why I picked Sonic as one of the Hounds names is because our good friend, friend of the show, local legend, Jeff Stormer, making a game that specifies that if you say that I can play as any character in your game and then you don't let me play as Sonic, you're a coward.
Chili dogs. Wow. That's great. We're gonna have to make a move that makes you go fast.
We already have Will Holler. Boom.
We have to make like a specific like.
Oh, okay.
Gotta
Specifically,
go
if
fast.
you're Sonic, bro.
Like no. There are other animals in the Sonic universe. There are other hedgehogs. Okay, what is your hog? Have you ever looked up your hog?
Have I ever looked up my hog?
Your
I don't
hog?
think my
Yeah.
hog's on the internet. What are we talking about? Oh, I. No, I've never.
Have you looked up your
my
Sonic
hog.
the Hedgehog OC? So what you do is you take your name and you put like Wes the Hedgehog. And then you go to images and you hope there's no AI images there.
It's so dangerous. You realize how dangerous it is.
I know how dangerous this is. Wow, this is a fucking nerd.
Yeah,
Nobody has made a hedgehog OC. I bet you there's a Quinn head. There's the first one that comes up is called Spiky the Hedgehog.
Like you
here.
can't keep
can't do
scrolling
that.
through images on stream. You're gonna.
There we go.
you're
We
gonna
found
go-
you. We found your OC, Quinny the Hedgehog.
Dude.
There we go. By ain't Anya Lynn. Anya almost said anal. Anya Lynn. Okay, anyways.
Oh gosh.
Thank you, Jeff Stormer.
Hey, yeah.
Shout out
appreciate it.
Jeff Stormer.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. Go Birds. All right.
Go Birds.
Sick. Okay, great.
I pushed some pixels around for a little bit to try and figure out art and cover wise, and then my brain was just like, "No, we'll figure it out later."
Oh, yeah, I got some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I tool around in Canvas sometimes when I haven't like done a before I get into like actual like Affinity or anything like that.
Yeah.
Especially because Canva is so fucking limited on what you can do. Unless you tell it to fucking do the AI shit. I don't want it to do the fucking AI shit, so. Let's see here. I was looking at different fucking font options that I have for dogs.
Yeah.
Because I think I like what I have for Hit, which is like this kind of staticky. Looks like a fucking. I want it to be two different things. Like Hit is its own font, and then Dogs is its own font. You know, but you got to make it look not like shit. It can look like dog shit. It just can't look like shit. You know? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I got you.
So yeah, that's
do?
I've been doing the same thing, but like I like the idea of having like a ruined landscape with a city in the bottom of the cover.
Yeah.
And then, you know, maybe put some wastoid teens down there. I don't know, some dogs looming overhead.
There was let me see. I have a pure rough that I was slapping together. Whenever it wants to load.
Humble brag.
Let's see.
Because we said yellow was dogs, like mustard, right?
Mustard dogs?
Mustard dogs. There we go.
Copy this to you. My brain went very not in a wildly different direction. Um, but it almost went more of a like uh,
Yeah.
direction.
Photo bash.
These are the ones that I have up on my board.
Oh, you're going a little kinky with it. Let me.
Don't say that when they can't see it.
No, it's the Bad Religion cover, Sons of the Silent Age. So it's got like the tower high rise with a person falling out of it. I'm gonna see if I can bring it up on fucking stream. 1 second. Yeah. But like that whole yeah, I got you. Let's do some. I gotta do some fucking shit to make it work. Actually, I can just look up Sons of the Silent Age. Here, let me do that. Instead of doing all this shit. Cancel.
Yeah, I feel like honestly that there's a sweet spot in there.
Yeah.
Of like having it almost be like like very color blocky. Yeah, having it be very very color blocky.
Yeah.
But also with like a photo bashy vibe.
Oh. Yeah, let's try something. Let's do some shit.
Let's see. While you do that, I'm gonna take this stuff. I'm gonna toss it into the dock. The stuff that I was yapping about. Is there anything that I brought up that seems to not fit or not go with what we're talking about?
It seemed pretty cut and dry, standard, what we would want to incorporate in this game, I think.
All right. Yeah, I think locking more of the terms in. Again, the ones that are very much just a little loosey goosey.
Yeah.
Like what is a wound? What is hold? Is there more to like an enemy or a trusted ally? I kind of also like the concept of them essentially like going out in a blaze of glory. So like if a trusted ally ever gets to 4, then they will like sacrifice themselves for you. And if an enemy ever gets to -4, then they will basically, sacrifice themselves to try and stop you. So it's kind of a balancing act with the relationships of doing your damnedest to make sure that like in like a weird sense you keep the people around you safe by like keeping them at arm's length. If at any point a trusted ally it gets too invested in what you're doing and like wants to make sure that nothing bad happens to you, like they're not the ones trained to rock the Glock.
Not trained to rock the Glock. dude.
You get it.
Riff it and stick it, my man. I'm trying to see if they have any, like, here, I'll put some placeholders here. Well, I am...
Yeah. Also, you know, I was yapping previously about the fact that, like, if push comes to shove, being able to show the different, the different levels of, like, indie / freelance work, and being able to see if there's anyone who's interested in work trade.
Yeah. 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 To
Um,
do some shit for us.
yeah.
For
I mean,
work
even
trade.
if it is just a cover, right? Um, and then like using a lot of like uh, photo bash techniques, a lot of rip and tear type stuff.
Yeah. Until it's done.
Yeah, for the interior stuff, I don't think that that's a bad shout.
No, I agree with you.
Um, because even though the, the line of thinking is don't judge a book by its cover, books are very often judged by their covers.
All the time.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you know, it's what you have to work with.
Yeah.
So I don't think that it's.
Here. Let me find. See if I can start finding some images as well that we can utilize as placeholders. Oh god. How many jobs are you thinking about dropping at first?
How many jobs?
Yeah.
You mean like playbook wise?
Yeah. Or like for like our threats, our jobs.
Gotcha. Like the missions, like the not missions, but jobs. Yeah.
See, puppy.
I feel like that 4 to 6 range. Like I think that there should be like 1 or 2 bigger ones, and then a few like smaller ones.
Yeah, there's typically for like CFB games, there's typically 10 threats that come with like them. Typically, I mean that's what I did for Unsinkable.
I don't think that's a
with
bad
Ghost of El Paso.
shout.
But yeah, like if we're wanting this to just be like, here's some things that you can do to run this game, and then kind of pushing people to, I don't know, DIY, make some supplemental material if you want to. That also gives us room to make more supplemental material. I don't know, that's a way that we can approach it. I
like 10.
Yeah.
Because I think with 10, then we could basically slice it right down the center, and both of us like cook up 5 and bring those.
Yeah.
You know, obviously crosswork wherever is needed, but being able to kick around in the space and like have things that feel like, oh, this is something that one would normally expect, and then being able to have like a few that are like, oh, these are weird, and they're weird on purpose.
Yeah.
Is there? I mean, yeah. I was gonna say, is there an overarching like mission? But I mean, like, you know, at least in public access, there is.
Yeah, because you want your former trainer or trainee that was with you is coming back and trying to pick y'all off and everything like that.
Yeah. So everything that you're working towards is like building towards this final standoff, air quotes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that makes sense. And because of that, we can have even jobs that feel a little like off on their own can have tie-ins that bring them back to the main story thread. Yeah, and like if there comes a point where it's like, oh, further exploring the the equivalent of the underbelly, and having a set of like 4 jobs or X amount of jobs that are specifically for that place. Has a good ring to it, a good vibe.
Okay, let's
see. Cool. So, what else are we thinking right now? We can
Are the jobs going to have their own specific enemies, or are they going to have like
I think being able to play around in that space, I think some of them should just be like straight up and down, like, hey, this is the resistance that you're dealing with in this. I was gonna say bad guys, but you're playing as the bad guys.
Yep.
But yeah, I think having something that is very much like straight up and down, like this is a few combat encounters strung together, and then having things that are more along the lines of like, hey, this would be a lot easier if you went in and had a conversation with the people, but you don't get the experience. You're not getting those treats if you're not being a good hound. Yeah, I think I think some of them should be like an enemy facing one. Some of them can just be excuse me, very very vibes heavy.
Vibes heavy. Yeah, let me. Okay, interesting. Yeah, let me do a little bit more with that. As like a mock-up, I'm getting like, let me do some weird shit that just is in like color.
Okay. I just looked over at the stream. I see what you're cooking up.
Yeah, trying to. Give me a goddamn. Give me like a gross image.
Make it nasty.
Make it nasty.
I think this might be the most days back to back where we don't have other stuff.
Yeah.
Because last week, this week, and then 2 more weeks until Dreamation.
Oh yeah.
The 19th of February.
We got Gamma coming up too.
Yep. The 1st of March. Exciting. Okay, let me do the thing that I said I was going to do earlier and copy and paste this in here.
No, you're good. So it looks like we're doing something.
Creation. Let us. Okay.
None of that. I don't need to do any of that. Just kind of like something like this on the stream.
Oh, we got photo negatives.
Yeah, I'm downloading it. Let me. I'll just send it to you. Oh, that's what I'm looking at right now. And then we can like expand on that and everything like that, and kind of like we can start looking around at our resources too, and just like people that we have in the Discord and everything, and talk to them about payment, whatever, crowdfunding, getting them work share, however we want to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Between the two of us, we can make something work out that's not temporary hot water shutdown. We have to shut down the hot water supply to the building while repairs are underway. So I don't have hot water right now. Okay. That's great. I'll just go outside and shovel outside then. Great to know, though. Okay.
You have a kettle?
What? Yeah, I've got a kettle. Yeah,
Do you have a kettle?
Yeah, I've got a kettle and everything like that. It'll be fun. I need to bust the car out of the fucking... I need to move it and, like, repark it anyways, just so Bran can have it to take a fucking... go to a hair appointment tomorrow anyways, so smart. Alright. Hi. Okay, cool. So we've got 10 jobs.
Yeah. Is there normally a scale or like a pacing like to determine like the size of said jobs, or is it just these are all like the same size jobs? Like they're all
if you I mean
they're all
yeah,
big
I mean
ones.
so if you think of like let's look at CFB games, like in like the kind of the thing that makes them different is their like complexity. That's what kind of like shifts how big or small they are, right?
Sure.
That determines 8, 9, 10. That determines their whole like how long it's going to take and how much you should put into detail wise, right?
Yeah.
Which I found with Come On In is that I put like complexity 2 questions all throughout the place and everything like that, or like sprinkled it with complexity 2 questions, but like complexity 4 and everything. And then I realized that fucked with the pacing of the game, and so I shifted it to complexity 6. And now if you want to run a shorter game, then you just give extra clues, that kind of thing, that kind of adjustment for difficulty and everything. And so I think we should probably have a sliding scale of like how complex these things are. And I think we should just have 3 variations, right? Or like that kind of thing. Where it's like, you know, you've got a simple, complicated, and then difficult, that kind of rating, and that determines how complex they are. And I think it could probably go like, if we wanted to put a number to it, 4, 6, 8. I think that seems pretty, you know, that kind of breakdown. Now the question is, do you want to do a CFB style where there's a question you have to answer, where it's like because like I know a lot of people are like, oh, CFB is only mystery, and it's not a real mystery game. It's not a real mystery game. Whatever. Shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. You've never played a game before. You're just talking shit about it, something that you don't know about. But the whole concept of like because like with bioagents, my Resident Evil game, it's finding you have obstacles, and it's like there is you have to get across a bridge that's fucked up and everything like that, and so you're gathering assets, things that can help you, like rope or like grappling hooks or like pitons or like that kind of thing, or like you're finding like harnesses, like the different kind of gear that can help people get across, because you're trying to collect people and move them, evacuate them out of the city. It's just Resident Evil, but you're search and rescue people instead of cops.
Yeah.
And so like we could approach it that way, where it's like there is a obstacle, the job. This is the thing that you have to do, which is you have to get rid of the clog in the the Nuvum block plumbing system. And so that means there's like a bunch of like turd toads down there or something like that. And so it's like, how do we get rid of the turd toads? Jellygators, that kind of thing. Like gill creatures, if you want to lean into like the universal horror monsters, but it's techno-gothic. Like Bloodborne but cyberpunk, then yeah, we can find like something that fits within it. And then we could put a difficulty where you have to gather a certain amount of assets to deal with the situation. If we can put it as the form of a question, or we can just put it in the form of a difficulty rating. That means that these things have like stats and everything like that, where you have to take it down and kill them. Or we can do a mixture of both, where it's like the overarching thing is a thing, and then you also have these enemies within. What are you thinking?
I said earlier in the stream, I'm CFB pilled.
Yeah.
What if we make hard mode CFB?
Oh God.
what if...
These are the kind of words that you say something, and then people in the Gauntlet Discord are like, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, and then you do it, and they're like, oh my God, this is the best thing ever.
So, something that I've heard in passing from people that I've played with and people that have played CFB games is that items feel like they don't get used as much as they could be. So what if all of your resources, like everything you get during your downtime, what if you have to burn your items to do those actions? But those items are also your clues. So you are essentially using a single resource that determines if you are going to heal, if you're going to regenerate your relationships, if you're going to resupply or anything along those lines. But at the same time, you have a mission that has like a X amount of turns or X amount of like rounds, the general countdown of it until bad stuff starts spilling out of the job itself, and like hurting other people and hurting your reputation. And I think that let's see.
So your inventory, personal items and assets are kept in the inventory box. Every agent starts with a 6x6 box to store assets and items. This can be increased by taking specific advancements or moves. If any personal item or asset doesn't fit in the 6x6 or more box, then the personal item asset cannot be acquired. Each item has a number rating, how many boxes it takes up. And so it's that kind of like, okay, I have a long gun, so that's 3 boxes. So that takes up 3. and then I have a grappling hook that takes up 2, but then I have a radio that takes up 1. So you have to do that little Tetris, like wood block, like block fitting thing to make all your inventory fit. And the thing is, you can use them as your clues, but you can also use them as items intended, that kind of thing. Yeah. That's what I have set up for bioagents. That's the exact same thing I have for bioagents. But
would the size of the item determine like how much it gives you, or is it just like?
I would say so. Yeah. Because we could go on a number rating of 1, 2, or 3. Just like how you have 4, 6, 8 for the complexity of the missions, you could have an item of 1, 2, or 3, that kind of thing. Yeah. Which means we might want to bust up our complexity to like 6, 8, 10. Yeah. If you're going to have items that are 1, 2, or 3, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And it can be a thing where it's like you only get the 3-dot item, the 3-box items. If you do like exceptional, that's a reward from other jobs, or if you do exceptionally well on a roll or something like that, or if you find it. That's the thing, is each mission can have like 1 3-box item that helps with it, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And does that mean that these items we're also going to give them like the item name, the description, and then it has its number rating, so you can use that as an asset to complete the job, but it also has stats if you want to use it as an item. Is that us giving us too much work, or is that something that's cool?
I think it's cool enough to like, even though it's going to be more work. I think it's, and it also finds like this interesting spot of marriage, where like you have your CFB games, which are very, I mean, like they are narrative forward, but like basically taking that and turning it to so I was talking to Tony when we were at Page,
Terrible.
And during one of our during one of our drive-ins, I was talking about how the majority of the things that I've made have a very heavy OSR vibe to them, and Tony was like, yes and no. He basically was like, they have that vibe, but the core principles are different, and because they focus more on like telling a narrative, like cohesive story, they stray, again, I'm paraphrasing, but because they tell like a narrative cohesive story, it's a little bit more like away from like straight up and down OSR. And he was talking to me about I forget Old School Baroque.
Old School Baroque versus new school revival.
Basically saying like the period right after, which it still like takes concepts of it, but tries to explore them in a way that isn't just like straight up and down, like tossing meat into the grinder type vibe. Which, I'm here for. I kind of like this concept of like taking CFB and like putting it through its paces, and like seeing what happens when you stretch it into a skirmish game, when you stretch it into the point where like you have to use the resources that you gather to finish the jobs that are put in front of you, because if you're not using, like if you're using them too much during combat or during like the jobs themselves, then you are going to get to this point where like you have to do like extra work just to try and get a few more resources to have a chance at like breaking even. But you do need to find that like sweet spot. I do really like the idea of like the inventory box, so that you can't just like hoard them permanently. Because like you only have like X amount of space that you can keep on you. Like I don't think that there's anything wrong with like your corner of the house, or the such. But I do think having like a little bit more of like a fuse on them, or like a timer connected to them, where it's like, hey, you should use this, because it is a resource, and like the game itself is like kind of expecting you to use it and expecting you to use it consistently enough. And yeah, I think that having those higher challenge ratings for the jobs makes sense. Because again, in a normal CFB game, you're getting 1 point per clue. So having it so that clues can be 1 point, 2 point, or 3 points kind of balances this. Also, the Resident Evil system, the inventory Tetris, is the same vibes as what they do in Mouse Ritter.
Yeah. Which I think is very cool.
Yeah.
I just love seeing people like. I got really frustrated because I saw people being like, "This is my Resident Evil game," and I'd read the Resident Evil game, and I'm like, "You fundamentally do not have a Resident Evil game here on your hands because you are not engaging with the touchstones that make a Resident Evil game a Resident Evil game." Because it's the puzzles, it's the survival horror aspect, it's survival adventure, I guess you should call it. The puzzles. It
depends on the one in the series.
Yeah. So you got the puzzles, you've got the resource management. You have to have resource management, and then you have to have like the health conditions and everything like that. And then
speaking of health conditions, the inventory system, very Resident Evil, very Mouse Ritter, also very Dredge.
Dredge, yes. Yes.
And something that I really love about Dredge is as you take damage, you also lose these inventory slots. And if your inventory is full, then it basically knocks like things out of your inventory.
Did I tell you about my short form CFB Jaws game? It was Jaws, but Lovecraft. It's like if you took Jaws and Dredge and put it together, to where it was like it takes place on Amity Island, like up in it's Martha's Vineyard. Oh, it's like all these rich people and everything like that. And you're like, oh, a kid gets killed, and you're like, it's a shark, and so everybody thinks it's a shark, and you go hunting for it, and you end up finding out that it's like, no, it's a fucking hellmouth in the bottom of the ocean that's spitting out these mutated fish and everything like that.
As you do, of course.
Yeah, no, Dredge, is like, speaking of Vin Vox in the chat, Dredge, who does voice acting for Dredge. The shipwright, is Vin. I fucking 100. I didn't 100% it, but I got close to 100% completion on that game in one day. I think I played it in 14 hours, just straight up, and I was like, I haven't done any of the fucking DLC for it yet. I need to go back to it, but Vin was like, I'm in this game, and I'm like, cool, buying it and then playing it throughout continuously, and I was obsessed with it, and I was like, that was like the first game that I played that I was like, I need to start playing more video games and board games to help my game design.
That's what I was talking about earlier. The concept of like what a lot of people see as hitting that brick wall, or just like running out of things to write about or work on. Yeah, I think it's just like a lack of material, right? Like you can make a fire, but like if you don't have the materials to make the fire, then like the fire isn't going to last long.
Yeah.
So being able to fuel that fire with more things is what like keeps it burning, keeps the wheel turning. I think that if we play around with this inventory system, something that also happens is if you get mutations, then they can permanently take up slots in your inventory. And they have like modifiers on them, but they basically make it more difficult for you to do your job as a hound. Makes it more difficult for you to like fix your relationships. It makes it more difficult for you to like resupply or to heal up because of like the steps that you have to take pretty much to not be found out.
Yeah.
But when you're out on the job, you can basically like just use these like flat, like really beefy bonuses that like generally make you stronger. I think that's the angle.
I think you're right.
Because it marries the idea of what we were talking about previously of like how do you distinguish between like turning into a wastoid teen and like being a hound.
Yeah.
And the fact of like having resources is what makes you a hound, right? Having a big ass gun is what makes you a hound. Having like whatever you need whenever you need it is the most hound thing possible. So taking away your resources, like your space where you can store your resources, feels like kind of like antithetical to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And obviously like the stronger the buffs of the mutations, the more spaces they take up.
So is that something that we could kind of mess with in the look department with character creation? I know you wanted to say with your background, because like your background, could your background determine your starting box, like your inventory box? Could that be one of the things, like how big it is? So it's like if you're a classified experiment, you've got a 3x3 box starting out, big dog. If you're a Slumdog Cog or a Fresh Start Fugitive, it's 4x4. If you're a military, and then like military brat, Nepo puppy, it's 6x6. And then if you're the poster child, you get like an 8x8. Like if you were like the top tier.
I kind of like the idea that the top tier and the bottom tier both have the same size inventory, but the bottom tiers is eaten up by mutations already.
Got it.
So you technically are starting with like a smaller inventory, but you get that bonus. But it's like a weird balancing act. And I think that we could very easily have instances where it's like if a person is rolling against your mutation, it takes like how many mutations you have in your inventory and basically like subtracts a die for each one of those. Okay. So like the more mutated you are, the more difficult it is for you to hide said mutations.
Okay. So we could keep this nice and even by making the 2 or 3s a 4x4 inventory box. And then the military brat gets the 6x6, as well as the Nepo puppy.
Yeah. 4x4, 6x6, 8x8.
Yeah.
And then the 8x8 is for top and bottom.
Top and bottom. Yeah. Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that.
I like, because this is also tying a whole bunch of things that were kind of like separate. Yeah. It's tying them together into this system.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that this is a very interesting exploration of it, because like I really just enjoy a game that has like a tactileness to it, and being able to have like your inventory card in front of you and like moving things around in your inventory to like make enough space for your stuff, and also being able to like look at like the grid that you are doing your skirmish on and being like, okay, cool, I like they dropped an item, right? They dropped a name item because they were a boss or whatever. And I want to pick that thing up, but I need to, drop something else in order to pick that up, or like I need to burn this thing in order to do like X, Y, or Z. Yeah, I like the concept. I like where it's at.
I like that.
It's clicking in the brain.
Yeah, that feels good. That feels good. I think I really like what we have right now so far with like the mechanics of like character creation, but also just the mechanic. Everything is working in concert with one another.
Yeah.
Like a mechanic has a multi-purpose use. Like it is like it's not just your inventory, but it gets affected. Like everything is like. I hate when a game has so many fucking mechanics and they don't work in concert with each other, because I start looking at the mechanics. I'm like, you could get rid of this one because it's not interesting, and you could use this mechanic that already exists in a different way and to cover your grounds on that, because it's just more economical and it makes it less confusing for people. British game designers from the 1980s and 90s. If I could go back in time, I would probably blow the fucking Games Workshop dude's brains. Like, for the like the RPGs for fucking Dark Heresy and Rogue Trader and everything, and just be like, hey, motherfucker, it doesn't have to be this bad. It doesn't have to be this complicated. Also, why do you have a table that is split across 3 pages? That's inefficient.
Hey, I mean, sometimes you just gotta split that table. Split that table. In the cadence of Move That Bus. Of course.
Oi, bruv. They didn't teach us proper layout back in school. We had to figure it out ourselves, bruv.
I was gonna say so. I'm not gonna say it.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
So
I know what you're gonna say. I know what you're gonna say.
So the
Just
other thing
because
that I'm
it's
thinking
for
about-
us doesn't mean it's for them.
Yeah. So the other thing that I'm thinking is this sets a clean spot for wounds, because wounds can directly like damage your inventory. It can be like a 1-by, like a single box that is just like you roll. You roll the dice and it determines the spot for you. Of like what spot is broken. So sometimes you'll have like a dead pixel essentially, like smack dab in the center of the box.
Yeah.
So you don't get to choose essentially where you don't get to make it nice and neat, right? Like all of the spots that are bad are going to be like starting along like the bottom row, and like they're going to slowly build up along the side.
Yeah.
Like you don't get to do that. It decides for you. And I also like that's a similar concept for your mutations, of it being like, hey, it has to at least touch this one box.
Yeah.
And like you can determine how it fits from there, but like it has to at least like.
Yeah.
And then you can get into like some weird instances where it's just like, if you have one mutation and it's like this weird shape, and you have another mutation and it's also a weird shape, and one says that it needs to be in this box, but this mutation can't move, like this is the only spot for this one mutation, the only legal move per se.
Yeah.
Then you can get into what do they call it in Cyberpunk? Cyber psychosis.
Cyber psychosis.
I'm kind of imagining something similar to that.
Okay.
But like for mutations.
Okay.
Where it's like your body can't handle both of these things at the same time.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of strain on your body.
Yeah.
Being a fucking, dog soldier.
Yeah, and let me see.
Hot water, that's right. Hot water's off. Sorry, I had leftover coffee, and so I turned it into iced coffee.
And yeah, you can just roll the die size for your inventory. So you can roll a d4 twice to determine the spot. You can roll a d6 twice, and you can roll a d8 twice.
Okay.
Is that too much?
I don't think so. I don't think that is. I don't think it's. No, I don't think it's too much. Because I think like our whole intention here. I also like how we're taking inspiration from other games that we've worked on and other things that we were doing, and we're putting it into this and everything. Because that's the nature of this fucking show. Oh god, we're on a show. That's the nature of the show is doing shit like that. No, I think I agree with you. I think this is good. I think this is really good. I think what we have right now is really solid, actually.
Yeah.
To the point where I've now. Like, we have so many sections. Like, I've already, with, like, the jobs and everything like that, I have started outlining how those are laid out, taking inspiration from, CFB, of course, because you and I are both CFB pilled, is you have the complexity, you have the obstacles, dangers, you have the moments. I love moments. I just love having, like, these little things that you can drop, these pieces of flavor as a keeper or a GM, a kennel master, you can drop in. Collateral, which is side characters, and then because what are people like collateral to a hound, and then there's also locations, which are locations that will be involved in this, assets, so that will be where our assets, and then rewards.
Nice. Yeah, I think that's. Let me see. Like, obviously the rest of character creation needs to be like hacked together.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to start filling out some, because we have like really solid outlines and stuff like that.
Yeah, and I think honestly maybe we look to like toss together some concepts as like homework of like what we can think of like for a few jobs, and possibly working together to make a job on stream next time, or if inspiration strikes, bringing the extra credit of whatever said job is. I think, yeah, I still need to crack down and finish up the life path system. It's good to have a on the right path, basically check in on that. So I think it's very easy to overcook on something like that, and then for it to be like, okay, this is something for a different game.
Up to you all to don your hazmat gear and clear that clog ASAP.
Will the big clog be like the intro mission? That how everyone gets infected?
It feels like that feels like that is such like the route to go, to where it's like you're in the sewage and everything, so of course you're gonna get
literally
infected.
cleaning up shit.
You're literally cleaning up shit. That is I think if you were going to have a concept, whether it's a movie, a TV show, a comic book, a game, a video game, where the main characters are essentially janitors, you need to start with, like, you need to hit it with the grossest thing imaginable, so that, like, you have prepared your audience to expect the worst coming down the line. Because then we've hit it with the grossest thing imaginable. You're literally cleaning up shit. How are we going to possibly escalate it from there? And that's the hook. That's the hook. It's kind of like with the Welcome to Derry TV series. The first episode ends with a fucking massacre at the movie theater of a bunch of characters, and it is like, it is very upsetting to watch. It is very like graphic and upsetting to watch, and it is very much like they did that intentionally to be like, this is not the It movies. We are on HBO. We have HBO like regulations where we can go as far as we want to, and this is what the show is about. And I think that we need to hit it. Yeah. Hit it similarly. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I mean, we've been on for a little more than 2 hours now. but I mean, I'm good to, if we want to call it around here
Yeah,
and like swing back into it next week.
yeah, absolutely. Agreed.
But again, shooting to, unless if something catches our whims, shoot to crack into a job, and try and like
Yeah.
flesh that out.
Yeah, really
Kinda,
flesh out what we're going up against, which can kind of really help us. Now that we have like a lot of these bare bones, we can start building like the different moves for the hounds and the
Yeah.
wastoids, and kind of determine how many we want for each of those. Where it's like do like 12 each or like 8 each or something like that, kind of thinking around those lines. 6
Yeah.
each, who knows?
Yeah. I also,
Probably 12.
as a one last thing, with the items and also with the mutations, and the wounds, I like the concept of having them as weird shapes.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
shapes that make sense, right? So like if it's a truncheon, having it be, like a
Truncheon
little
shaped.
yeah.
Yeah, where it's got
Um,
1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I think the tricky thing is going to be balancing the items for size and shape, and also like narrative value of them,
Yeah.
right? Because I don't think that a truncheon beats a gun.
Depends on who's wielding it, big dog. I don't want to say too much, I'm just saying.
Oof.
Like adult diapers,
Hey.
it depends.
Well, I mean, I don't think there's a better way to.
I think it's time for us to turn off the laboratory lights, Quinn, and leave some work for next week so we can change our adult diapers. Before we go, here's where else you can find us across the internet.
To purchase games, supplements, and more, pop on over to plus1exp.com for all your indie RPG needs, except for tomorrow.
Don't do
Not
it tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Not tomorrow. We're striking.
Yeah, if you do head to the website tomorrow, you will see a banner that takes you to donate instead.
Absolutely. And then if you want to hop on over to RPGZine.Club, you can join some other cool cats in RPGZine.Club, where you receive 2 indie games directly to your door each month. If you sign up now, like right now, not tomorrow, but now, or like now, or Saturday maybe, but mostly now, if you sign up now, you will get 4 games sent to you next month, including one of mine. We've got a bunch of freak shit games coming out, including what we got some great shit coming out for you. So go ahead and check that out. Go ahead and hop in, and dive in and plug in and everything like that. Yeah, that's RPGZine.Club.
Bear Witness.
Yeah, Bear Witness.
Wardens. 86. And Heir of Swords.
Heir of Swords by Yanni. Yeah.
Yanni.
Yanni. And Bear Witness by Jax Brick. And then what was number 4? Sooth Wardens by Navarre. Yeah. Which I did dev editing. I did editing. I did dev and copy editing for that. So
Plus, you got you grubby little fingers in all the pies. Look.
I like working. I like working a lot. Hey. And when Navarre asked me to hop on that, that was great. That was great. And I had a great time, and I think we really cracked something open. Whereas all I did was, like, Navarre had some really great ideas and already in there, and all I did was like, hey, why don't you dress this up a different way? Why don't you focus on this, zhuzh it up, and everything. One of the biggest things in there was just like, if you're making a sci-fi or fantasy world, make it distinct. Don't name things the noun. Give things proper nouns. But yeah, Navarre was great to work with. Those are all 4 great games, so sign up. Yeah. And my dog's coming over saying, we gotta go outside.
Well, Join the conversation about all of the above and more in our Discord at ttrpg.link/discord. That is ttrpg.link/discord.
I have been Wes Franks.
And I'm still Quinn Blackwell.
And thank you for tuning in to Plus One EXP.
Stay nasty.
Stay weird. And go fuck yourself. It was clear.
I don't think that's it.